Hey guys and girls, my name's Dan. Welcome back to The Forge. In this episode of Trust Me, I'm a blacksmith. My work got run over. So slightly different type of video. This video was the second option for the Death of the Blacksmith versus Railings Over Troubled Waters. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's going to be slightly different. A lot of stuff outside. And I'm going to be talking about what happens when a third party runs over or damages your work. So, sort of a hammer time video this one, and it's been a really busy morning. We've been getting a load of starter sets ready to get out in the post, but I'm really behind because I've had a bit of a problem with my galvanisers. Some of you will already know this because I sent out some emails apologising about my tardiness, and basically the galvanisers I've used have managed to run over the railings I've been making, not once but twice. Now, some of you may have seen these railings a long time ago. I started them early last year. Anyway, there was a problem with the sandstone. I'll show you the sandstone steps. I'll show you all that, and we'll be on site sometime in the near future, and I'll show you about what happened to the stones, and the stonemason and all that caused some problems, and then the actual stones that were put in, then the mortar froze and it was too wet and there was all sorts of problems with that. Basically we're back, we're almost there, and then I went to pick up the railings from the galvanisers, and they run them over, which was really good. And then I brought them back to the workshop, fixed them up, and took them back down to the workshop, back down to the galvanisers, and then they proceeded to run them over again. The same railings in the same place. So yeah, and they're the flavour of the month this week. So we're going to go down and pick the railings up now. I'm going to see if I can get some video footage inside the galvanisers. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. And also I'll have a little chat with you when we get there about well, basically the procedure I'm now having to go through in order to save the railings and recoup some of the costs of their idiocy, basically. And I am going to say the name of the company because they're absolute, well, they're, yeah, pains in the bums. Hereford Galvanisers is the name of the company I used, and they're awful. And to run something over once is bad enough, but to do it twice is, grrr, you Hereford Galvanisers. I think it's going to start raining, and we've got the railings from the galvanisers, and we're outside just prepping them so that we can go to the customers tomorrow. Luke's helping me do that, and he's a bit camera shy, so you're probably not going to see Luke. But he's currently, if you can hear him, maybe see him, I don't know what you can see. He's currently grinding all the little tiddly bits off the galvanizer, all the specs and stuff. I'll show you that now. You finished? So, I don't know if you can see that on there, but you can see all the, yeah. Run, Luke, run! You can see all the little speckles and stuff on there. That's from the galvanizer. Now, this one is particularly bad. The other two pieces that are in are pretty good, but yes. Anyway, this is the piece that at the end they run over. They crushed all of these, and yeah, made an absolute nightmare of it. So this is freshly galvanised, and it was galvanised Friday. We took it down there on Friday, did we, Luke? Yeah, we did, didn't we? There it is. So we're going to just finish cleaning these up. Okay, so she's all nice and smooth now. Everything's been sorted out. Done a lovely job. So this is a tea wash product that we're using, 5 litre tea wash from Crown. This is like an acid etch basically, and I put it in a little spray jobber. This one here. And then you spray it on. So we're going to use this hand. Oh, use this bit here and just spray it on like so. And this basically etches the surface, and it goes this black colour. If I can get it on. It's really hard to do this and look for a camera. Okay, so it starts going this black colour, and it might take a couple of coats to do this, but at the end I'll show you it. And the other thing I wanted to show you is, where's that can of zinc? Oh, there it is. This is the zinc protective, the zinc touch-up spray that I use. This stuff is the non-bright stuff, and this oxidises and when it finished colour it looks something similar to this, so it's a good alternative for a cover up should you need it. I'm not going to need very much of this. I had to do some touch up on the feet that go onto the wall, on these feet, where I had to cut the supports off, but that's about it really. Okay, so they've been outside now for an hour and a bit. It keeps threatening to rain, but you can see quite a change in colour. Before they were quite shiny, and now they're this nice mottled grey colour. I really like this colour. I think it's a really nice finish. So there you are. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go over it again with another quick coat of the tea wash. Now, health and safety wise for things like this, you should really be wearing gloves, you should be wearing a respirator, and you should be wearing some eye protections. This is an acid. It's not a very strong acid, still is an acid. When my skin's very dry like it is at the minute, it does irritate my skin quite a bit, and yeah, that's me being a stupid fool. Don't you go and do that at home. It's also very flammable as well, so if you're gonna store it somewhere, make sure you store it in a cabinet. When this goes inside, it goes up on a shelf, so it's out of the way and nice and safe. But yeah, just be careful if you are going to do it. It's a lovely finish, and it lasts for a very long time. The purpose of tea wash is initially you tea wash your railings after they've been galvanised, so you can put a coat of paint on. Helps the paint stick. It's sort of like an acid etch for like a normal paint. Yeah, that's everything, I think. So just chucked a bag of postcrete in there, and what I've done, like an absolute dunce, is I forgot to bring a 6mm drill bit for these Thunderbolts, and these have old rock solid. They're really good, so I'm really pleased with that. And basically we're done pretty much. I'm just going to nip round the corner and get a drill bit now so that we can finish fitting these bits in. But yeah, for today anyway, get this bolted in, we're pretty much done. So yeah. Right, so that's a postcrete we put in there as well. It's sort of like a pre-mixed concrete / sand, and it works pretty well. It dries pretty quickly. That'll be dry in about 20 minutes depending on weather. Oh yeah, that's. So just before we lose all the light, I just want to quickly talk about what happened to these. Now, this end here of the railings, these got crushed, all of these got crushed up, and then they got sent back, and then they run them over again. In order to recoup some of the losses for myself, I've had to charge them, invoice them for the work that was done. And basically, there was another additional 20 hours of work put on top at full workshop rate, plus the transport to and from the yard, which I've charged them for. And also some extra materials that they've had to pay for. They consider that fair compensation. To be honest, they've wasted my time, and they've also compromised this work. So whether or not it is fair compensation, I don't know. Excuse me, but they're in now, and they look okay. I'm reasonably happy with them, and the customer is as well, which is really nice. So we're going to go get a drill bit. We're going to finish this little bit off, and then I'll see you back at the workshop. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope it made sense. There was a few bits and bobs in there, like working on site, putting the concrete in and stuff, and hopefully it made sense, hopefully you enjoyed it. And it's a very frustrating part of this practice when stuff gets damaged by other people, or you're put in a situation where something doesn't work because it's what someone else has done. You can't get on site because the electrician's in there or something like that. So all these things culminate in frustrations and difficulties that you might find throughout day-to-day life working as a blacksmith. Hopefully it made sense. I don't know if I mentioned it in the video, but I probably could have gone through the route of claiming on my insurance, or talking to my insurance company to get them to claim on their insurance. I probably would have done that if I hadn't previously had a very good relationship with Hereford Galvanisers, and going forward I'd like to continue a fairly reasonable relationship, because there are no other galvanisers anywhere near for it's an hour's drive to get anywhere basically with maybe it's more than an hour. Anyway, basically the long and short of it is I need to keep a good relationship with them, so going down a very sort of like paperwork heavy route in order to get some funds back because they messed me about is it's a difficulty that that you might have to undergo, especially if you're working with a customer or a contractor who refuses to take responsibility. Then legal action may have to be taken. But then, you know, that depends on your situation, your client, and how you deal with confrontation, I guess. Anyway, end of this. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. As always, I really love making these videos. There is another vote up. It's top thumb, or top thumb, or what it takes to be a professional blacksmith. Go and check that out. That's on the community section. Get some votes on that. Lots of videos in the works. I've got lots of stuff filmed. I'm just working through editing it. We don't have any internet at home at the minute, so it's taking a little bit of time. I'm having to borrow internet in order to upload videos. So hopefully you can bear with me until I can reach, pull the finger at the bottom and come and put in my new line. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are a subscriber, ring that bell for notifications, because it lets me know every time. It lets you know every time I make a video. And I try to make videos as often as possible. Chuck some comments down below, and I think that's everything. So I will leave the video up here to me making some railings previously and some other business-based stuff. This is my Patreon, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Bye bye.